Hey everybody, what's going on? It's James here with learntocode.cc, and this is a brand new YouTube channel that I'm starting to teach other people how to code. So I first started coding back in 1994, but unlike most people who teach others how to code, I didn't stick with it. I didn't create a career out of writing code. I didn't go into college and learn how to write code. In fact, I actually went in the military with the idea of being a computer programmer. Due to health reasons, the military career ended shortly thereafter, and I never went back to it. So I've been dabbling with code for the last 20 to 25 years. What sets me apart from most people who teach this type of stuff is instead of being a developer first, I'm actually a business owner first, and I've actually successfully launched dozens of pieces of software over the last 10 or so years that have resulted in millions of dollars of revenue. So what I wanted to do is come at this from a different angle as somebody that's not a, code expert, if you will, but just a normal everyday person who happened to learn to code on the side so that I better understood what my developers were doing when I was paying them money to write code. So what I'm going to focus on in this first video series is going to be the Python programming language, and that's because it's the first language that I actually made it to the end with. And what I mean by that is I had dabbled with lots of different programming languages over the last 20, 25 years, but it wasn't until I took a local class on Python itself that I actually learned not just the basics of how to, for example, write a hello world program, but actual object-oriented programming, how classes work, how inheritance works, and all these topics that up until that point had been very confusing for me. So on this channel, my goal is to take you from somebody who doesn't know the first thing about programming to somebody that feels pretty comfortable talking about programming. We're not going to go super deep, at least I don't think we will. Maybe a year from now we'll change that. But the goal is not to teach you how to write the next World of Warcraft or the next big RPG or some crazy virtual reality game. The goal is to get you from where you're at now to where you are at least comfortable discussing different coding aspects. You know what conditional flows are. You know what, how variables work. You know how object-oriented programming works, etc., etc. So what I wanted to do with this was make it as simple as possible for you to learn how to code. And one of the biggest headaches that I had when I was getting started was all of the different development environments. For example, there's Visual Studio, there's IntelliJ, there's PyCharm, right? There's a lot of different environments out there that you can use. And all of them are a little bit different. All of them have different compatibility issues. And whether you're on a PC or whether you're on a Mac, things can change a little bit. And that makes it really difficult when you're going through tutorials to follow along if you're not using the exact same, operating system, if you're not using the exact same version of the software, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do in these videos is we're going to start off using a free software. It's a web-based program called Replit. It's replit.com. You can see it right here. And again, it's absolutely free. So I want you to go there and I want you to sign up. I've already done that, so I'm going to log in. Just going to log in with my Google account. Now, this is what the home page will look like for you. You don't need to upgrade for right now. Maybe much later down the road, you decide to do that. That's completely up to you. It's not required for this course. What we're going to do is we're going to click this button on the left-hand side. It says new REPL. I don't know how you would pronounce that, and we're going to choose the Python language because that's where we're going to start with these videos, is the Python programming language. And it automatically names the project for us. I'm going to go ahead and rename that. I won't know what monthly authentic disks is, so I'm going to change that to my Python tests. Actually, we'll make it my Python learn. All right. I'm going to hit the create REPL button, and that's going to set up an environment for us. On the left-hand side, we can see the files that are included in our program so far. It's just the main.py file. Right here is that file open up, so we're going to write code in this space. And then on the right-hand side over here is our actual console where we're going to be able to see the results of that code. So for example, if I was to write a little hello world program, which we'll talk about in future videos, hello world, and I was to hit Control S or Command S on the Mac and save that and then hit the run button, I'm going to see hello world print out in my console. And that allows me to test my programs without having to set up any complicating environments, etc., etc. So that's it for this first video. I just want you to get comfortable with what the channel is going to be about. I want you to understand that we're going to be focusing on the Python programming language, more specifically Python 3. And also we're going to be using this replit.com software, which is a free software that allows you to write code and then see the result of that code in pretty much real time as soon as you hit the run button. So again, my name's James, and this is going to be learntocode.cc. Do me a favor, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to learn more about programming. Also, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and leave me a comment. Let me know where you're at with your coding career. Let me know what some of your experience is, and let me know what you might expect to see from this channel. And I'll do my very best to get you from point A to point Z, or at least as close to Z as possible over the next couple of months with programming.